Yo, it's your boy Kenji, man, and I got a movie review, spoiler review, included as well. This movie is called Home Team. It's starring Kevin James, another Kevin James movie. It's produced by Adam Sandler and his whole Happy Madison production. So you get to see some of the crew that's usually in his movies, right? I want to just come straight off the bat. It's a Netflix film, so it was just quickly produced. You could tell, but I felt like this movie was going to have potential just based off the whole thing. And there was another movie called Home Team. It was a 1999 film. It was about a soccer team. I never saw it, but it popped up when I was looking up this movie, and so I thought this was going to be something like a Will Ferrell movie where it was called Kicking and Screaming, where he's teaching a coach, where he's teaching these kids, and it was very funny to me. It didn't make that much money in the box office, but over time, I think fans appreciated it once it came on TV for free. Like you didn't pay for it, luckily, but it was still Will Ferrell. Now, this problem in uh, this movie was very bad, but potentially it could have been something better. And I blame this on the writers, Chris, Tony, and Keith Bloom. Yeah, not the producers' fault, the writers. This movie had very bad dialogue. Like, it was trying to come off funny. Now, understand, I'm about to name some of the people that starred in this movie. Kevin James, Rob Schneider, uh, who was that dude that played on, let me get the characters down. Uh, Lavelle Crawford was in this movie as well. Um, what was the assistant coach name? Also, the dude that plays the Old Spice dude, Isaiah. The Old Spice commercials, Isaiah Mustafa. I'm trying to give everybody their due. Oh yeah, Jacob from the Twilight Saga. His real name is Taylor Lautner. Team Jacob. I know I was into Twilight in high school, but do 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 do. Who else was in this movie? I'm trying to find a name, but whatever. I couldn't find him. But he was on King of Queens. He was the cousin of Kevin James' character, and he was in this movie as well. And I thought, like, man, I thought this is my thought that process was. A lot of a lot of these people are old now. They don't have the same energy, the same flair, and so it didn't come off. It didn't come off funny at all. I don't think I laughed one time. It felt like the movie didn't know if it wanted to be funny or if it was trying to be serious. Because this movie is about Kevin James. This movie is based off a true story. Kinda. Now, Kevin James' character plays Sean Payton. This is right after he wins the Super Bowl in 2010, right? And the Saints ain't never going back again. Y'all only won that because of Katrina. And so, this is where they have the bounty gate where he gets suspended. Bounty gate was when these guys were getting paid to injure another player that's on the hit list, right? And when during his suspension, he goes back to Texas so he can reconnect with his son who's playing on this team. And so at first he's watching the team, he sees that they're horrible. A typical uh sports young sports, uh, young men playing sports movie. You know what I'm saying? First they losing, then the new coach comes in, and then he makes them better. They win. The end. But I'm not gonna spoil everything, whether they win or not. But this movie, I think Happy Madison and their whole little group with Adam Sandler in them, I think they need to find some younger guys or some better writers, because it felt like I watched these movies with Adam Sandler in it. I've seen all these guys be way more entertaining, way more funnier, but I don't know who to blame. I don't know if I should blame the producers, Adam Sandler, Kevin James, Alan Covert. I'm calling you out. I don't know if I should blame the writers, or I should blame the directors, because a lot of the stuff just didn't come off as if the kids or the adults had chemistry. It just seemed like they was reading their lines. That's all they was doing. It didn't seem like they were into their character. It didn't have no soul. The movie was soulless. It just seemed like, hey man, we just came to shoot a Netflix movie. That's all it was. And I wish Netflix wasn't that way where I'm watching it. This is why I don't like watching Netflix movies, because a lot of times that's what it is the case. It just seems like the actors, the writers, the producers all are like, look, this is a Netflix movie, so you don't have to put your soul into it. We already got the check. Yeah, so the movie sucked. But if you got Netflix, you get it for free anyway. I mean, there's tons of Netflix movies on there. It's not free, but you know what I mean. It's Netflix, baby. So you watching it for free. You don't gotta pay an extra $8.99 and have to pay for some expensive ass popcorn to watch this movie. So yeah, man, I feel like these guys have gotten old. That's one of it. Because I was watching it, I was like, Kevin James just don't have the same energy no more. I don't know. Or maybe it's they didn't get paid a lot, so they didn't put a lot into it. I think you need to get some more younger guys a part of this Adam Sandler family who are hungry. Because I seen Adam Sandler movies a long time ago, and it just seems like as I get older and they get older, they're losing their charm. Get better writers, directors, something got to break. Because I thought this was a good idea, even though you've seen this idea a bunch of times before. It just seemed like this was really copy and paste. Really copy and paste. Some of the scenes were scenes that I've seen be done better in other movies, like Kicking and Screaming, for example. And what made Kicking and Screaming different from all the rest of those movies, like the Mighty Ducks and all of them, the kids, different sports boy teams trying to win the finals. What made Kicking and Screaming better is that Will Ferrell brought character into it. He brought flair. He brought charisma. And plus, he started drinking that coffee. He was he was getting on them kids' ass. And I was just like, yes, get into it. Get into your character. Get animated. Kevin James. It just seemed like somebody somebody hit him with some, he didn't drink no coffee that day. And he didn't have the energy. And if you were going to go this route where you're reconnecting with your son and you're going to get serious, I feel like they didn't have enough time to do that because they were trying to put everybody in the movie. I don't know how you could fix this. Get younger people, y'all. People who want it. That's all I can say. I hate to say this about Adam Sandler, but ever since a couple of years ago. What's that movie he did with damn Funny People? Ever since Funny People came out, after that, Adam Sandler just all his movies just got played out. Even Kevin James, everybody included a part of this whole production. Even Lavelle Crawford, I love him. I love his stand up, but it just seemed like he was reading off the paper. He didn't get a big enough check for him to come bring it all away. So, Happy Madison Productions, I think you need to go find some new people to do this. Y'all getting old, man. You know, y'all ain't got it no more. Wrap it up. Let somebody else come in here and, Jacob from Twilight ain't gonna do it. But other than that, it's a wrap, man. It's your boy Kenji. Subscribe, comment, like, share. Do all the thug dizzle. I'm out.